Hi guys! Today or tonight I thought I'd talk to you about one of my favorite topics, and that's food. So I'd like to talk about some traditional typical dishes, some of my favorite and one not so favorite. What I'm going to do is going to talk about each of the dishes and then also give a recommendation regarding where in Medellin you can try that dish. So my favorite restaurants here. First on the list, because I'm going to start with my least favorite, is mondongo. Basically it's tripe soup, and it's as delicious as it sounds. No, I'm just kidding. Locals love it. I haven't been able to enjoy the particular taste it has, but it's definitely worth trying at least once. And the place you can do that is super easy to remember. It's Mondongos. That's the name of the restaurant as well as the dish. So it's easy to keep in mind. And there's different restaurants because it's a chain, so there's different locations around the city. Okay, so that's number one. The second one I would like to talk about is Leshawna. Lechona, for those of you who haven't heard about this before, is a very special dish in terms of its presentation. I'm going to try to stay the least graphic as possible, but basically what they do is they take a pig, they roast it, they hollow out the roasted meat, they mix it with some ingredients like rice and peas, they season it, and then when that's all ready, they stuff the pig again with that rice, pork, deliciousness, and then it's ready to be served. So it's quite a sensation. It's popular for family events, especially like around the holidays. And if you try it, make sure to try the crispy skin, like the pork rind. It's super delicious. Where can you try this? You can try it, for example, at Doña Lechona. That's a family-run restaurant in Laureles, the area in Medellin. So, Lechona. Number three is tamal. Tamal is something you might have heard of before. It exists in different Latin American countries. I think Mexico has a lot of varieties of tamal. Here, particularly, what it is kind of like a corn dough, really deliciously seasoned, and then it has different ingredients mixed in with that. So pieces of chicken, pork, beef, depending on which type you order. And then it also tends to have some vegetables, peas, carrots, usually potato. The presentation of this one is cool as well because basically all of that is wrapped up in a plantain or different type of big leaf. It's wrapped up into a parcel, boiled, and then it's ready to eat. So it's actually super practical to take away or to order in. And you can try very delicious tamales in a place called Tamales Exquisitos. They started in Envigado, which is a municipality just next to Medellin, but they now have a second location also in Medellin. So give it a try. Super, super yummy. Fourth one. A dish you will definitely hear of if you haven't heard of it before when you come to Medellin, bandeja paisa. So this is like the mother of all local paisa dishes. Paisa is like from this region. And I'm going to try to remember all of the ingredients, but I'm sure I'm going to forget at least one of them. It's obviously rice, beans, and then lots of protein. So you've got chorizo, which is a sausage, morcilla, which is blood sausage, minced meat, you've got chicharrón, which is fried pork belly. What else have you got? You've got plantain, you've got avocado, you've got a fried egg. Like I say, I'm probably missing something, but there's also always like a little scoop of salad just to make you feel a little bit better about yourself. My recommendation is if you're not too hungry or if it's your first time trying the dish, split it with someone. And my favorite place to try bandeja paisa or to have bandeja paisa is a place called El Rancherito. It's a chain, so there's several locations around town, and it's super, super, super delicious. And that brings me to my favorite dish, which is Sancocho. Sancocho is a soup, basically. and depending on which variety you choose or you order, that's what the main ingredient is going to be. So basically there's, for example, Sancocho de pescado, which is fish sancocho. Then there's Sancocho de gallina, which is chicken or hen in theory. And then there's beef. There's different types basically. And what it is it's a lot of broth and then the protein that you choose. And in addition, there's usually potato, corn, plantain, and it's super well seasoned. My favorite is something called Sancocho trifásico, which is 3 types of meat, chicken, pork, and beef. And the place I love to have it is a place called El Viejo John. So it kind of means Old John, and actually, funnily enough, that's how it appears in Google. And it's in Sabaneta, which is a municipality also very close to Medellin. So there you have it, some of the most important traditional dishes here, but I have a little bonus track, and that is there are some cuisines from other parts of Colombia that are absolutely amazing that you can also try here, and which I love to have once in a while. The first one is Caribbean or food from the Colombian coast, or costeño as they would say it here. And the place I like to have that is called El Cucayito. It's a small restaurant in Medellin, and they have a variety of dishes, including fish soups or stews, different beef dishes. Sometimes they even have lamb. And the one thing that you definitely have to try is the jugo de corozo, so corozo juice. Corozo is a fruit that you can find on the coast. It's very difficult to find here in Medellin. And it's super delicious. It has kind of like a berry taste. Make sure to try it if you ever make it to El Cucayito. And the other cuisine is from the Amazon. So there's a restaurant here in Medellin called Leshawna, which is quite upscale, and they have very cool experimental dishes. It's kind of fusion-y, super fun place to go for a fancy meal. And there's another restaurant as well called Casabe, which is a bit more on the low budget range. In either case, you have to try any of the dishes, which include pirarucu, or pirarucu, not quite sure how it's pronounced, but it's a huge fish from the Amazon, and it's delicious. It almost tastes like chicken. It's incredibly meaty. It's super delicious. So yeah, make sure to order at least one dish with that fish in it. And that's it with my recommendations. So I hope you can taste your way through all of those dishes if you haven't done so already. And yeah, I'll see you soon.